Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing one of the sets that I've had the longest in my collection, and that is Watermill Bakery. So Watermill Bakery is on my farm. So we've got Highfields Farmhouse, Highfields Barn, and then I've got a little lake here with some boats. And it's next to the lake because it has this watermill. So it's the perfect place for Watermill Bakery, next to the lake. And I love the window on the corner of the shop. So first I need to give it a little bit of a dust, as it has got a bit dusty, so I think I'm going to take the pieces out, give it a clean, and then I'll show you the pieces as I put them back inside. So I've now dusted Watermill Bakery and I've taken all the pieces out, so I'll show you what it looks like inside. So this area behind here is where Christopher Appleblossom makes all his baked goods. So there's a clock on the wall, and then here's the oven which opens up. And then the coolest part about this is this part here. So you can see there's all cogs at the back, and inside there's some dough. So when we turn the wheel at the front of the bakery, it actually turns the spoon that's stirring the dough. How cool is that? And then on the wall here we have a sign that says, "Which breads do you like? Croissant, sugar bread, cheese bread or Danish?" I like the sound of cheese bread. And then there's the front door. And then on the corner we have this lovely big window to display all the lovely treats on. We've got 2 shelves, so plenty of room. And I just love how cool it looks from the outside when you see all the different breads lined up in the window. And then we've got another little area here that you can display things in this little nook. And there's a little peg at the top there where you can hang the wreath, or you can hang it on the door there. There's a step down here at the back, and then there's the counter. And then outside we've got a chimney, so that is where the oven is. And then a window on the side there. And then the water that powers the wheel. And then we've got some more water this side, and I love that it looks kind of shiny, so it does look like water. And then we have a sign that says the bakery is open 7 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. And then we have that lovely big window. And then a sign here about a baking class for baking your own portrait. We've got a bunny, a cat, a sheep and a squirrel. And it says, "Come on, join us." I love the shape of this building and the brickwork at the bottom. And then we've got beams at the top and a lovely green roof and chimney. It has so much character. So now let's look at the pieces and put them back inside. So this set has over 70 pieces, so there's lots of different things to look at. We have got a red and yellow checkered paper mat. It did used to be more yellow, but I think it's faded now. You can see in the middle where I had things on top, it looks more yellow. We have a basket, a baguette, and another baguette, a jar of orange marmalade, and a jar of strawberry jam, we have a gold till, we've got this tart or pie, and you can actually take the fruit part out. We've got a stand, 3 yellow trays, and 3 pairs of tongs, and they will go on the stand. And then for the area where Christopher prepares his sandwiches, we have a tray, 2 slices of bread, a slice of cheese, 2 tomatoes, a slice of lettuce, a baguette that has been cut down the middle so you can put fillings inside. And here are the 3 slices of lettuce and tomato to go in the baguette. Like that. But they do fall out quite easily. And then we have a roll with cheese and lettuce. So there they are on the tray. And then when you make the sandwich, you can wrap this around it. But this does actually say Chocolate Rabbit's Bakery on it. Here we have a chopping board and a rolling pin, some eggs and butter, and we also have a yellow set of scales. We also have some sugar, milk, and a jar. We've got a baking tray and 2 croissants to put in the oven. And we have a loaf of bread, fresh out of the oven. We've got a bowl and a ladle. A wreath. A bag of flour from Sylvanian. 3 brown paper bags. And now I need to fill this window. We have 2 big yellow trays like this. A chocolate rabbit. A cat. A squirrel. And a sheep. So that's the bottom shelf done, and for the top shelf we have these two yellow stands. The best thing in the bakery has to be the house. Look at that, isn't it amazing? Christopher Appleblossom is so clever. And that is actually today's recommended product. And now we're only missing one last very important thing, and that is the baker, Christopher Appleblossom himself. So he is a grey squirrel, and for the longest time he was my only grey squirrel in my collection until I got the ballet lesson set, which comes with his wife and daughter. So he's not lonely anymore. So now it's all set up, let's take another look inside the Watermill bakery. Now some customers have arrived. Watermill Bakery is one of my favourite buildings in my Sylvanian collection, and probably my favourite shop. It has so many different pieces, and I love all the details, like when you turn the wheel and the dough spins around inside. It is such a lovely set, and it has so much character. The building is such a lovely shape, and I love Christopher Appleblossom, the grey squirrel. He's so adorable with his bushy tail. And I do really love the great big display window at the corner of the building to entice you in. If the smell of freshly cooked bread doesn't entice you in, then the window display definitely will. So many lovely treats to be had. I think if I found myself in the Sylvanian village, this would definitely be the first place I would go. Let me know what you think of this set in the comments and if you have it in your collection, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!